Today, I want to talk about something personal. On Monday, I got a call from a family member that my biological father had passed away. And this was a man I hadn't seen in 30 years. But the memories that I had of him were of violence and domestic abuse. He beat us down, myself and my siblings. There were some good memories. He'd take us bike riding, get us ice cream, but there was always the reminder of how much the bikes cost, of us being ungrateful. And at the end of the event, there will be some violence, more beatdown. He held a lot of anger and rage, and he took it out on his children. Later, he would date other women and eventually get married to a woman, and they've been married, I think, over 20 years. Throughout his relationships with women, if they had children, he made it a point of putting those children above us. Sometimes he would pick us up and we'd have to go over their house and clean their houses, help those kids clean their bedrooms, scrub floors, things like that. I was raised to always respect my elders and hold my parents at a place of reverence. But eventually, I likened the relationship to touching a hot stove, being burned, and having to recoil. So I stopped after all the abuse and just being disheartened by the relationship. I was really living in a fantasy land, expecting a father who would ask how I was doing, how's your car, make sure I have enough money in my pocket, encourage me with school, give me good advice and good counsel. But this picture didn't add up, and so I had to let it go. With his passing, I came to understand that he had a wife and they had a really good relationship. I knew that wife because she told us, his biological children, not to come around. And anytime he was on a phone call with us, she intercepted and she made sure he had a really good relationship with her children and her grandchildren so that the financial system would support them and not us. When I heard of his passing, initially I was sad and I said, wow, this loss, why did he hate us so much? Why did he exclude us from so many things over the years, and not just myself and my siblings, but their children as well? So he incited generations of abuse, mistreatment, and making people feel bad. But yesterday I was reminded of the prayer of Jabez in the Bible, Jabez in the Bible. And it said, let your hand be with me and keep me from harm so that I will be free from pain. And it also talks about, one version talks about, keep me from evil. So that's the nuance of the understanding. By him getting married and having children that he was doting on, it allowed me to to realize that God's spirit and source kept me free from the evil and the pain that he would previously inflict. By him being married, he was focused on that family. By me walking away, he didn't reach out to me anymore. And essentially, I was free from pain and abuse. And I also thought about the saying, your rejection is God's protection, because we get in these situations, whether it be family, loved ones, boyfriends, husbands, whatever, and we feel like we're being rejected, but often we're being protected.